Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Haris Murshidi.
I am Amish Azwan.
I am Muhammad Hafizuddin.
I am Muhammad Kim bin Sarif.
Today we are going to present about fiber optic communication system.
Okay, so the first one, the introduction. So what is fiber optic? Fiber optic or optical fiber refers to the medium and the technology associated with the transmission of information as light pulses along a glass or plastic strand or fiber. Fiber optics is used for long distance and also for high performance data networking. So fiber optics are also commonly used in telecommunication service such as like internet, television and also telephones. As an example, company such as Google also use fiber optic in their Google Fiber service, providing gigabyte internet speeds to user. So in Malaysia, that we can see that one company that use 100% of optical fiber, such as Time Company. Fiber optic cables are used since they hold a number of advantages over copper cables, such as higher bandwidth and also higher transmit speed.
Next we go to the main elements of the fiber optic, which is the first main element is driving circuitry, which is driving circuitry serve as an electrical interface between the input circuitry and the light source. The driving circuitry converts voltage signal to current signal, which is to drive the light source. In electronics, a driver is a circuit or component used to control another circuit or component, such as high power transistor, liquid crystal display, which is LCD, and numerous others. Next, we go to the second main element, which is light source. Light source are the fiber optic system which contain electricity, and also they are depending on the type and can get warm to the touch. And next, light source is to convert the electrical energy to optical energy, where the amount of light emitted is proportional to the amount of the drive current. And light source can be either a light emitting diode, which is LED, or laser. So the third main element is light source to fiber coupler, which is this is an interface to couple the light emitted by the source into the optical fiber cable. The fiber couplers are useful for splitting or combining light propagating in optical fibers with minimal loss. Light from one of the input waveguide is coupled between the two waveguides and leave the device divided between the two output waveguides. Next, fiber optic cable. It is a long thin strand of glass or plastic fiber used to transfer signal in a form of light from a point to another point. Most fiber cable have a circular cross-section with a diameter of only a fraction of an inch. Alright. The fiber optic consists of three parts, which is the first is the core, where is the light transmitting portion of the fiber, which is the core usually made of glass or plastic. Second, the cabling, which is surround the core with a lower refractive index. It is to ensure that the light wave remain within the core because protect the fiber core from stretch and to strengthen the fiber core. And the third one is the outer coating, which is the outer coating is usually comprise one or more coats of a plastic material to protect the fiber from the physical environment. Typically, it is a clear protective coating or a material made of stranded steel or a special yarn known as Kevlar. What is Kevlar? Kevlar is a strong and preferred over steel as it is an insulator. So next, fiber to detector coupler, this is an interface between fiber and light detector to couple as much light as possible from the fiber cable into the light detector. So the last one is light detector, which is a light detector or a light sensor is a device or circuit that detects the intensity of the light incident on it. The commonly used light detector is either a pin, which is P-type intrinsic N-type diode, or an APD, avalanche photodiode. The APD and pin diode convert light energy to electrical energy or current.
So, for type of fiber optic cable, there are three types, which is single mode fiber, multi-mode step index fiber, and multi-mode graded index fiber. For single mode fiber, it has a very small core diameter, so there can allow only one mode of propagation. Because of this, the number of light reflection created as the light pass through the core decrease, lowering attenuation and creating the ability for the signal to travel further. For multi-mode step index fiber, the core is of a uniform refractive index and there is a sharp decrease in the index of refraction at the cladding. Then for multi-mode graded index fiber, the core is maximum at the center core and then it decreases toward core cladding interface.
Alright, for my part, I want to share about advantages of the optic fiber cable. So the advantages of optic fiber optic cables over the conventional electrical cables. So for the first one, I want to share about its size. So its size is small size. So practically fiber optic cables are much smaller in diameter than electrical cable. So the advantage is many. So more can be contained in a small size. So for the second one, the power loss is lower than a conventional electrical cables, which is copper cable. So the fiber optic cables less signal attenuation over long distance. The loss is about 0.2 decibel per kilometer. So about the weight, the fiber optic cable is light because, as we know, glass and plastic cables are much lighter than copper cables. So for the fourth, it has a wider bandwidth, so the optic cables have higher information carry capability because it have a wide bandwidth. Fifth, the strength of the fiber cable are stronger than an electrical cable because it can support more weight. So next, the security. So the optic cables cannot be tapped as easily as electrical cables, and they do not radiate signals that can be picked up for eavesdropping purpose. Next, interference immunity. Fiber optic cables do not radiate signal as some electrical cables and cause interference to other cable, so they immune to pick up interference from other source. Next, it has a greater safety because fiber optic cables do not carry any electricity because there is no shock hazard and no sparks and no short circuit, so it cannot be endanger to the other people, so it more safe compared to the copper cable. So they are also insulators and not susceptible lightning strikes as electrical cables. So for the next one, system reliability and easy maintenance. The lifetime is about 20 to 30 years, so it yields good, reliable, and it can reduce maintenance time, manpower, and maintenance costs. So as we know, it will be potential low cost in continuing the system of fiber cable. So when we use the fiber cable, no problems of corrosion. Okay.
Alright, okay, next for attenuation and losses in fiber optic cable. So cable attenuation. The attenuation of an optical fiber measure the amount of light loss between input and also output. Total attenuation is the sum of all losses. Optical losses of a fiber are usually expressed in decibel per kilometer, dB per kilometer. So the expression is called the fiber's attenuation coefficient that you can see on the screen. The formula 10 log 10 output power over input power per length, which is in kilometer. So what is the causes? The possible causes of cable attenuation. So the first thing is absorption losses. Absorption is uniform and also cumulative. So absorption refers to how the light wave are actually soaked up in the fiber core due to the impurity of the glass or plastic or due to any imperfections. So the simple example that I can give for absorption losses is the same amount of the same material always absorb the same fraction of light at the same wavelength. So if there is 3 blocks of the same type of glass and each is 1 centimeter thick, all 3 will absorb the same fraction of the light passing through them. When the input enter the cable, so the absorption losses is because there is some hole or the surface are not smooth is because the surface of the glass, the surface of the plastic are not smooth and make the information losses. Though it was just a small hole, it will affect the losses. So the second one is scattering losses. Scattering losses occur when a wave interact with a particle in a way that remove energy in the directional propagating wave and transfer it to other direction. So when light rays that are propagating strike these impurities, they are diffracted. So this diffraction causes the light to disperse or spread out in many directions. So the third one is bending losses. So this occur because the light rays on the outside of a sharp bend cannot travel fast enough to keep up with the other rays and are lost. So the easiest to understand these losses, these bending losses, when we bend the cable, the information, the data cannot travel fast enough when the cable are bent. Splicing is a permanent jointing of two fiber, and these losses is caused when we want to join two fibers cable, and this splicing loss is related with the coupling losses, which is coupling losses represent a large source of loss in commercial fiber optic system. So coupling losses occur at either we want to join light source to fiber connection, fiber to fiber, and also fiber to photo detector connection. And this is because due to misalignment of these two fiber.
In this chapter, there are some application. First is internet. Fiber optic cables transmit large amount of data at very high speed. This technology is therefore widely used in internet cable. For second, it is computer networking. Networking between computer in a single building or across nearby structure is made easier and faster with the use of fiber optic cable. After that is surgery and dentistry. Fiber optic cables are widely used in the field of medicine and research. Then it is automotive industry. Fiber optic cables play an important role in the lighting and safety feature of present-day automobile. Next is telephone. Calling telephone within or outside the country has never been so easy. With the use of fiber optic cable or fiber optic communication, you can connect faster and have clear conversation without any lag or either side. Then lighting and decoration. The use of fiber optic in the area of decorative illumination has also grown over the years. Fiber optic cable provide an easy, economical and attractive solution to lighting project. After that, mechanical inspection. Fiber optic cable are widely used in the inspection of hard to reach place. And for the second last, it is cable television. The use of fiber optic cable in the transmission of cable signal has grown explosively over the years. These cables are ideal for transmitting signal for high definition television because they have greater bandwidth and speed. And the last is military and space application. With the high level of data security required in military and aerospace application, fiber optic cable offer the ideal solution for data transmission in this area.
That's all from us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Haris Murshidi.
I am Amir Shazwan.
I am Muhammad Hakim bin Sarif.
I'm Muhammad.
Apa ni?
Lag apa aduh.
Okay, start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Haris Murshidi.
I am Amir Shazwan.
I am
I am Muhammad
Hakim.
Fizudi.
Kenapa?
Kenapa Emi?
Ya, Piru.
Habis dulu.
Nah, aku dengar dia cakap aku dulu ni.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Haris Murshidi.
I am Amir Shazwan.
I am Muhammad Fizudi bin Ahmad Aziz.
I am Muhammad Hakim bin Sarif.
Today, we are going to present about... Alamak, noti masuk tu. Aku dah...
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. So I'm Haris.
Bismillah.
Follow. Tak gamit.
Ya, okay.
That's all from us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.